So, which of these moves, if any, makes a difference, sir?
I don't know if any of them make a difference. One thing that it does say is that, they say that the quarterback is the most important position on the field or on the football team. And they're getting paid like it.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Keith Adams, and on today's Top Shelf Tuesday edition, we get to spend the entire special episode talking about the NFL quarterback carousel. We're going to mention who's on the market, who's making the good money, who's trying to win on a rookie contract, and off-season quarterback questions. So with us today, my football guy, and he's teaching me a lot as we watch 7-on-7, and what a mess that is, but that's another story. George Acker. George, this is good money if you can get it. The NFL quarterback carousel is going nuts, and everybody's getting paid. Sam Darnold, 3 years, $100 million to go to the Seattle Seahawks. Justin Fields got a 2-year, $40 million deal with the Jets. BCA is real. Go get them, Jets. Geno Smith, he might even get a raise. He's going to his old quarterback, Pete Carroll, and he's entering the final season of a 3-year, $75 million contract, and he's scheduled to make 31 million. Geno's making 31 million. Wow. But it's not just QB1s. Here's who else is getting paid. Daniel Jones, 1 year, 14 mil. Jacoby Brissett, 2 years, 12 mil. Daniel Jones is with the Colts. Jacoby Brissett's with the Cardinals. Mason Rudolph goes back to Pittsburgh, 2 years, 8 million. Josh Dobbs to the Patriots, 2 years, 8 million. Mac Jones, 2 years, 7 million. I don't even know who Nick Mullins is. He got 2 years, 6.5 million. Zach Wilson is stealing money, 1 year, 6 million. And Marcus Mariota is one of the smartest people in the world. I'll stay here, 1 year, 8 million. I'll hold your clipboard. And the Bucks brought back Kyle Trask for another year and $2.78 million. So, which of these moves, if any, makes a difference, sir?
I don't know if any of them make a difference. One thing that it does say is that, they say that the quarterback is the most important position on the field or on the football team. And they're getting paid like it. They're getting paid like it. I look at the Justin Fields situation, which is interesting. He's walking into probably a dumpster fire there. We got people jumping ship right and left. And I don't know what kind of weapons he's going to have around him. He'll have a running back. He'll have a receiver, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to save his life because that offensive line is horrendous. Unless they do something with that. The two that made out on this is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold played himself into some big money. And maybe even the starting quarterback position especially start the season off out there in Seattle. And hats off to daggone Geno Smith, baby. You wrote him off a long time ago. Geno hung in there, and Geno's getting the bag. And he's going back out. He's going out there with Pete Carroll. I think the situation this time is going to be. I think Geno's going to be holding the spot. I think they're going to draft their quarterback, and Geno's going to hold it down until they're ready to unleash Shador Sanders on the world. But that's the way that's what I'm looking at right now. That's where I see.
Okay. Now, I got to talk about the old heads before we end the segment. Aaron Rodgers, nothing yet, but apparently he's holding some teams hostage. And Russell Wilson visited the Browns and the Giants last week. Any thoughts on the old heads, Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson? What are you thinking, George?
I don't have a thought in the world about Aaron Rodgers. That's my thought is a no go in that situation. I don't see how a team could put up any money to have him in or to bring him in. It After what he did to the Jets. Let's get rid of the Achilles. Okay, he played like uh oh god, I can't even say what I want to say. Like he played last year. So he's a shell of himself. I think that you're going to get, you know, you'll get something with Russell Wilson. I don't think he's dead. I think he got a little tread left on there. I can't uh I can't attribute all of the Steelers' woes to Wilson, even though one of our good friends will. So in being in Cleveland might be a decent situation, but Cleveland's grasping at anything right now after what they're dealing with. So Russell Wilson is a move for some team out there hoping, but no, I wouldn't. There's no way. Let Aaron Rodgers ride off into the sunset. There's no way I'd offer him anything.
So we're looking at Pittsburgh. We're looking at, I think, the Giants as well has shown some interest, and even the Vikings have shown interest in Aaron Rodgers. And to be honest, looking at the stats the last month of the season, he didn't play bad. He didn't play awful. Russell
You
Wilson,
being nice. You being nice. But go ahead.
Russell Wilson also intrigues me because Pittsburgh didn't have weapons and they didn't have a line, so he did show he could still play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think either one of them is going to get you close to the promised land. So in segment two, got George here, and we're going to talk about three particular rookie quarterbacks because they're on the rookie quarterback deal, and this is when you got to get it. We'll be right back on the Odd Coaches Podcast. Hi, everyone. Dr. Keith Adams here. And for over 30 years, I've dedicated my life to helping student athletes succeed, not just on the fields and the courts, but in the classroom and beyond. And that's why I founded the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project understands that finding the balance between academics and athletics is crucial for long-term success. That's why the CKA Save Project offers a range of programs, including personalized consulting, mentorship, and coming in 2027, our innovative Gap Year Basketball Academy designed to assist both young men and women reach their full potential both on and off the court. I'm incredibly excited to announce that the CK Save Project is now partnering with the Cascade Sports Network. This partnership will allow us the opportunity to amplify our message and reach even more student athletes through the Odd Coaches Podcast and other exciting initiatives. Join the CKA Save Project and the Cascade Sports Network as we empower the next generation of student athletes. Visit CKA on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org to learn more. Let's work together to find the balance and help unlock your potential. Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast. And in segment two, the new cachet, the new fad is winning when you've got your quarterback under a rookie contract. And we're going to talk about three specific quarterbacks, three specific teams. Jaden Daniels of the Washington Commanders, Caleb Williams of the Chicago Bears, and Drake May of the New England Patriots. Each will have a salary cap hit of less than $9 million, and they can't negotiate contract extensions until the 2026 regular season ends. So, with the new salary cap being set at close to $280 million, there's a lot of money out there. So, George, we're going to start with the Washington Commanders. They made a great run to the NFC Championship game. They traded multiple draft picks to get veteran offensive players with big contracts. Laramie Tunsil, Debo Samuels. They're trying to protect Jaden Daniels, give him a little something. What do you think about the moves Commanders are making to try to push all the chips in now?
I hate to say this, but they're doing what they need to do because this is the time to do it. While you still have him under the rookie deal, because when he comes to the table, you're they're gonna have to give their soul to him because he
All
he
right,
is
final boss.
but he is. I look for them to be good next year. I probably look for him probably to have that take that step back, a la Stroud the year before. Once you have go through a full season, get tape on a
Oh
guy,
yeah, man. Defensive
and,
coordinators are the smartest people in sports.
and then you don't know who's going to get injured and who's going to be healthy. Little things like that could derail them a little bit. I'd say like with Stroud this year, I'm not going to say he took a step back. He kind of scooted a maybe a half step back because of these different things. And I see the same thing happening with Jaden Daniels. But in the other case, Jaden Daniels is a franchise quarterback, so you're gonna have to pay him. So I got, as much as it pains me to say this, kudos to the Redskins or Commanders, whatever you want to call them. They're pushing the chips in the table at the right time because they got it. They got a window. They got a 2-year window right now. They got to get it done.
All right, so now we're going to go to Chi-Town. Protecting Caleb Williams is a goal. They traded for guards Joe Tooney, I believe he was from the Chiefs, and Jonah Jackson. They signed a center, Drew Dahlman, 3-year, $42 million contract. That's good money if you can get it. They also committed nearly $100 million on new deals for free agent defensive linemen. Um, so, all right, Caleb did not have the best rookie year. They're supposed to be good, and they set them up to say the team was coming off a 7-10 win season, and now you got a better quarterback, and none of that worked out. How's year two going to be for him? And any thoughts on the moves the Bears made?
The Bears are what's that? Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence movie,
Life
Life. Yes, the Bears are can't get right.
can't get right.
They can't get right. They can't get right. I I don't know what it is. They have players, they bring them in, but they can't get it right. Nothing happens right. If Caleb's not running for his life, you got a receiver going down, or they're dropping balls, or your corner or your safety's waving at the fans bye bye while the touchdown's getting dropped over his head. It's always something. So they got to get a coach in there that can get them straight. That's what
And
they
is
need.
Ben Johnson that guy?
That's going to be the big question. That is the big question
All right.
because and then again, Ben Johnson got to come in get the overall program straight, but they got to get an offensive coordinator there that knows what the hell to do with Caleb. Because from what we've seen the past two, and I hate when young quarterbacks come in and there's a revolving door with offensive coordinators
With the
because they
coordinators.
never get comfortable. You never see the best of them. They never become familiar with what they have. What's so important about that is he understands if something breaks down where his automatic checkdowns are. He doesn't have to think about it or look. He can just throw to a spot. And the players get used to it. And these are things that they can go. Those reps mean a whole lot to him and his receivers. So this is gonna be an interesting year. It might have some, if they get it right, they get some structure and some discipline. Maybe you'll see some movement. The needle will start moving forward this year. Hopefully,
Okay.
we'll cross our fingers on that one.
All right. Finally, Patriot games. The Patriots signed more than half a dozen players, highlighted by a 4-year, $104 million deal for defensive tackle Milton Williams. In addition, they offered Chris Godwin at least 20 million more than the 66 million he took with Tampa 3 seasons ago. Drake May, new coach. What do you think about the Patriots moves?
Uh, I'm still waiting for him to get some skill position players. Drake May, they got a good quarterback. He showed flashes last year, but he was throwing to my neighbor. I mean, he was handing the ball off to the guy that's driving the bus on the weekends, man. They can they get this guy some weapons? He needs some weapons because he's got the potential to be a damn good quarterback. And I like the head coaching hire coming in. I think he's part of the family. He knows exactly what to do, and how to have a winning program. They got to get him some skill position players. It if you remember, he was down in the head coach's what's his name?
Mike Vrabel
When
got the job.
Grable was in Tennessee, he won with a subpar quarterback because he had great running game. He had receivers, so he had a way around. Now he's got a quarterback. If you can get him a running back and a couple people to throw to, they could be a problem. They could really be a problem. So I'm waiting for him to sign some skill position players.
All right, you got me thinking about my over/under bets for this year. So good job with that. In segment three, I'm going to give George a lot of quarterback questions. Just get his thoughts out there. We've been paying attention, folks. We'll be right back on the Coaches Podcast. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Keith Adams, and for years, I've witnessed the struggles student athletes face on how to truly balance the demands of academics and athletics. It's a question that I have dedicated my life to answering. That's why I wrote Finding the Balance, my personal journey to academic and athletic success. It's more than just a book. It is my personal journey, and it is filled with hard-earned lessons from decades as a coach, educator, and now president of the CKA Safe Project. Inside, you will find practical advice, real-life stories, and a clear roadmap to help student athletes, coaches, and parents navigate the complex world of balancing sports and education. And now I am thrilled to bring this message to a wider audience as a proud member of the Cascade Sports Network. We're partnering to amplify these crucial conversations about student athlete success. I believe every student athlete deserves the opportunity to reach their full potential, both on and off the court and the field. You can purchase your copy directly from our website at www.ckasafeproject.org. Join me and the Cascade Sports Network as we work together to help every student athlete succeed. Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast in segment three. I want to get George's thoughts on some quarterback situations, and then I want him to answer some quarterback questions we have because many fans, if you're new to the show, George is not only a former coach, but an athletic director, and he has been around a lot of pros. So, George, give me your thoughts on Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons. Is this a good move or a bad move to keep Kurt on the roster?
At this point in time, it's a good move. You got a young quarterback. Penix is going to get his first full year. Um, Debating on see how things go. He's always a good stopgap because he's solid. You're not going. You can still win with him. So that's a great move by them. I think it's good. Now, is he going to be a shell of himself because he was a subpar last year? I think the second year after the Achilles injury, he'll be a whole lot better than he was the previous year. But it's Penix's show, and you got a guy there, Cousins, who's happy to give pour knowledge into him. So it's a nice setup for the Atlanta. Nice setup.
Those checks still clear. All right. Thoughts on Kenny Pickett and the Browns? What do you think about Kenny Pickett and the Browns?
Yeah. I had to giggle. We've seen this before, right? Kenny Pickett 2 yard drive dump off. Kenny Pickett 2 yard dump off to the left. Kenny Pickett 2 yard dump off to the right. Kenny Pickett take off around the end. Kenny Pickett throws an interception. The Browns are in bad shape, man. They are in bad shape. I you needed a backup that maybe can get a win out or two for you. I guess the Browns are in the same boat they've been in. They thank God they got the big boy back on defense. Their defense is still rock solid. If we can score 10 points, we'll beat you 10-7. And that's where Browns until they can do something else.
All right. The Indianapolis Colts have a quarterback battle. Daniel Jones and Anthony Richards. What are you thinking about the Colts and their quarterback room?
When you got a quarterback battle, you got no quarterback.
Okay.
Put it to you like that. Daniel Jones is uh, a
Danny
backup.
Dimes.
He's a backup at best.
Okay.
Okay, and Anthony Richards is full of potential that doesn't come to fruition.
Okay.
We'll put it to you like that.
All right. Thoughts on Justin Fields and the New York Jets? Is this a good fit?
I know why he left. He wanted the money. He wanted to be a starter, but um, yeah, I don't see this one working out too well. There's nothing for him there. There's nothing for him
Justin
that
Fields hasn't
oh,
been loved on, as we like to say in education. You got to love on these kids. You got
you.
to give them support.
That's right. You just said give him support. What around him? You're looking at this thing is limping. This whole organization's limping into the season after the mess that Aaron Rodgers left there. I mean, it's bad, man. It is bad. And if you think that this kid is going to be the savior, that's we got problems. He's proved that he's serviceable. Um, but can we win with him? And with that offensive line, with the holes that that thing has had in, come on, man, that thing is
Oh,
terrible.
all right. Thoughts on Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams? He is back in LA. What are you thinking about the Rams now?
What I'm thinking, what the hell were the Rams thinking, trying to get rid of him? The reason they made the playoffs and almost went to the Super Bowl was because of him. He's one of the give that man his due. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. He's in that top tier. Um, he can make he can make he can make he can make pudding out of anything. So he covers up a lot of your holes because the Rams really didn't have a running game. I bet you can't name a running back on the team,
I won't
but
try.
Matthew Stafford still kept it together. He made Cooper Cup an All Star. So you know, and he made Puka Nakua a had to have receiver. So you give that man his credit. That organization needs him in order for them to be a name to even be thought about.
All right. Final quarterback. I want your thoughts on before we go to questions. Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks. What are your thoughts on that?
Gosh. I would have felt a whole lot better about Sam Darnold and the Seahawks if Metcalf had been there. So without Metcalf, now you're telling me Sam Darnold's coming off from being in offense where he had probably the best duo of wide receivers or second best duo of wide receivers out. Um, had good tight ends, serviceable running game. He's walking into Seattle's always going to be able to run the football. That we know that they're going to be able to run the football. Question is going to be who's he throwing the ball to, and that's going to
Okay.
be something that needs to be looked at extremely hard this offseason. But and we'll see what Sam's made of.
That is true. All right, finally, we got some quarterback questions, George. I got three questions for you. One, now that we've had some shifting and some movement, which teams do you think are now most likely to draft a quarterback in round one? Because we've heard some rumblings about Shakur. It's all crap. They don't like him.
Yeah,
So which teams now do you think with all of this shuffling going to draft a
I'm
quarterback in the first round?
I'm still looking at the Giants. I'm still Tennessee's that wild card on what they're gonna do when it comes up to them. And then and the Raiders. The Raiders got to get a quarterback. I think that they they've worn their welcome out with their whole situation. So it's time to go get somebody. But those are desperate times in New York and Las Vegas.
Okay. Question two, where are we going to see Aaron Rodgers play, man? Where's he going to play?
Me, hopefully at home, Tecmo Bowl at home. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. Because you
Okay.
look at this. If you bring him in New York and then you draft Cam Ward, or you let Cam Ward get away, or you let Shador Sanders get away, that's going to be that you've set your franchise back another 5 years. If you bring him in and then you still draft one of those two, the he doesn't play nice with rookies and stuff. He's you know he doesn't he's not going to in that quarterback battle. He's not going to like because I wouldn't start him if I got him and Cam Ward or him and Shador Sanders. I'm not going to start him. So it's going to be because he'll have that rookie looking over his shoulder all the time. And when the offense doesn't run, he's going to throw a temper tantrum, and he might end up in darkness or somewhere on a peyote excursion, and it's going to turn the whole franchise upside down. So personally, I wouldn't even bring him in.
All right. Final question. Josh Allen has reset the quarterback market. And George, they didn't have to do anything. What are your thoughts on how Josh Allen's new deal kind of, impacts the quarterback market, especially for this team that's pretty local to us, sir?
I mean, if I'm a quarterback, I'm excited, ecstatic right now. But it is. We keep seeing the salaries go up and up and up. But the interesting thing is what you'll probably see is a lot of them, a lot of the quarterbacks, especially with teams that they've been on for extended period of time, that seem like they're close, they're right there at the cusp of making the move. A lot of them are going to start restructuring the deal so they can keep some people around. They're going to do the Joe Burrow, or they're going to do, and Allen was right along line. He do the same thing. So it's good. It's good to be a quarterback now. It's good to be a quarterback in the NFL. Because you're going to get paid. You're going to get paid. Even if you suck, you're going to get paid.
All right. This was good, man. So on behalf of our academic and athletic consultant, George Ockett, I'm Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching the Eye Coaches podcast. And we'll see you on the sidelines. Until next time, take care.
The Eye Coaches podcast is sponsored by the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project is an industry leader in providing student-athlete academic and athletic support. From assessing student-athletes' academic and athletic skills, to measuring and monitoring student-athlete academic progress, to improving student-athlete time management and organizational skills, the CKA Save Project provides wraparound services for student-athletes from middle school through college. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by emailing cka@ckasaveproject.org. We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday through Friday on most weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches podcast on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow the Odd Coaches podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach Franchize. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches podcast.